The authority of truth. Have you ever felt like you've done everything right, yet your soul still feels restless? You've sat in the pews, you've studied the word, you've gathered all the knowledge, but at the end of the day, there's an ache of emptiness you just can't shake. Or maybe you're just plain exhausted from trying to prove your worth, constantly seeking validation, but never finding true peace. Friends, why is it that even when we have all the right answers, our hearts can still feel bound? We often lean on what the world calls authority, our titles, our credentials, or the opinions of others. But those things often become a heavy yoke, weighing us down instead of setting us free. 2,000 years ago, people were surrounded by religious experts who had vast knowledge, but no life-changing power. Then, a man named Jesus stepped onto the scene. He didn't just give them more information, he demonstrated a new authority that turned their world upside down. Let's look at this moment in the Gospel of Mark chapter 1. Verse 22 tells us, "And they were astonished at his teaching, for he taught them as one who had authority, and not as the scribes." And in verses 26 and 27, after Jesus commands an unclean spirit to leave a man, and the unclean spirit, convulsing him and crying out with a loud voice, came out of him. And they were all amazed, saying, "What is this? A new teaching with authority." There is a powerful contrast here between two types of authority. First, there was the authority of the scribes. These were the religious elite of the day. They were incredibly disciplined, quoting scholar after scholar, building up layers upon layers of tradition. But their authority was like peeling an onion. You peel back one layer of human interpretation only to find another, and another. And if you keep peeling, searching for the core, the heart, you realize there's nothing there. It is all layers and no heart. It's hollow. This is the authority of this world, a mountain of knowledge that ultimately lacks the breath of life. But the authority of Jesus was in a different dimension altogether. He didn't need a footnote from a famous scholar to prove his point. As the Son of God, he spoke with the raw, overwhelming truth that flows from his very nature. The world defines authority as the power to command and force obedience. But Jesus showed us the exact opposite. His authority wasn't found in worldly dominance or shouting orders. It was revealed in his radical humility. He didn't look down on us from a throne of pride. He stepped down into the mess, standing beside the sinner, the outcast, and the broken. Ultimately, his authority was sealed in his sacrifice on the cross. This authority of love is the only power in the universe that can cast out darkness and set a captive soul free. So how do we walk in this new authority today? First, have the courage to peel back the layers. Stop hiding behind your achievements or your religious know-how. When we get real and surrender our true selves before God, His real power begins to move. Second, find power in surrender. In this world, we're told that strength means being on top. But in the kingdom, we follow the master who served. Try stepping back. Try serving someone who can do absolutely nothing for you. In that moment of humility, you'll find a true authority that changes everything. We are all flawed, but Jesus chooses the broken to display His glory. Stop leaning on those false authorities that leave you empty. Surrender to the lordship of His love today. That is where your true freedom begins. If this message spoke to you, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps support this ministry. May God bless you, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next message.